here at the field at Roy G with much better weather this time to try and get a full kind of review or comparison with these new mystery box discs. Still yet to be named, so we're just going to refer to them as mystery box. As a reminder, we got this in the Eternal Metal Flake. We've got it in the recycled plastic. And then this new lighter weight kind of feels like a baseline blend, but still also an unnamed new blend from Prodigy. So these are the three Mint Discs 2025 mystery box. And then after I throw these a few times, I got some alphas we'll try and compare them to because I think that's kind of the closest comparison right now. So let's give these a few tosses. Wind's kind of swirling a little light, but kind of mostly a headwind right now. So up first, I've got this lightweight new blend. Oh, and there's a deer. I'm going to probably hit this thing. Yeah, some light flip up, and I'm going to scare the deer. Sorry, buddy. Let's go to recycled next. Got that one pretty flat. I've gone that one a few times since did my initial impressions on the courses, and it's kind of my early favorite. Got the Eternal Metal Flake. Gonna release that on hyzer, but it has been the more stable one. Okay, I'm gonna go grab those real quick and then throw them a few more times. Okay, still a little wet out there, so I had to go back to my car and grab my loot towel, settle plug, some of the grass, grip bags, towels, jerseys. They kind of just do it all. I've really enjoyed some of the stuff they put out besides just their bags, which most people know them for. Okay. I'm gonna throw these in reverse order again, just to kind of see if my form sucks. So up first, let's do the Eternal Metal Flake. Oh yeah, got that one nice and flat. Woo! I was on a rope and then some reliable fade there at the end. Next up, the recycled, the Pizza DJ. Oh, put that on Annie. Look at that hold. Okay, I'm excited to compare these to alphas because in much better weather, these are pretty fun. Okay, here's this lightweight. Don't want to get this one on Annie because I think it's got some turn naturally in it. I'm gonna go grab those. All three of those kind of felt like good throws, so I'm gonna go range find them and see kind of how far those went. Okay, not sure if the mic reaches this far, but this is the Eternal Metal Flake, about 280. This is the lighter weight new blend of plastic, about 295. And then this recycled one, which I got on a pretty, kind of threw it on an Annie line, so got that max distance. It's sitting at about 325. So obviously I didn't bring out all the alphas to compare. That would be way too long of a video and my arm would fall off. So I've just got a few hand selected ones. So this is my 6-run Sublime that's in my bag. Pretty beat in, almost flippy for me, kind of turns over in the wind. Then I got a pretty much brand new, I think it is brand new, another 6-run Sublime. Looks and feels almost exactly like the one in my bag, but obviously new. There's a 5th run Eternal that's been in my bag, so a little beat in, but it's kind of my more stable to straight alpha right now. And then I've got a brand new 6th run Eternal kind of Flex Alpha. This is one of the more recent ones, so I want to compare. And then same thing for this this third run Nocturnal Alpha. Also came out late last year, so I'm going to compare it since it's one of the newer ones you can get. And then I've got a 3rd run Eternal just because I think the hand feel, it's kind of got that little less shoulder, but then a pretty big pop top. I'm going to compare this one, especially the Eternal Metal Flake, kind of feels like this same shape. And then just for fun, I brought out a 1st run Eternal and a 1st run Apex just to kind of see how these fly, and I don't get a lot of chances to throw these. So let's see how the alphas fly compared to the new Mint Disc Mystery Box disc. Okay, at first, got the Eternal Metal Flake. Similar flight to before. Okay, next I'm going to throw it against the Eternal 3rd run 2018. Again, this one's got a pretty similar dome and hand feel. So let's see how it flies compared to that Eternal Metal Flake. Look like a little more glide. Might have given it a little more power there, but similar flight. Okay, this is the third run Nocturnal. Much flatter, but a little more stable, so we'll see how it goes against that Metal Flake. Threw that nose up, so it's obviously going to be a little more stable. Well, can't be perfect. Okay, now I got a fifth run Eternal. This one's kind of my straighter, too stable one in my bag, so let's see if it still has that reliable fade or if it's beat in too much. Pretty similar, pretty similar. I think the winds died down, so it was a pretty good equal comparison. Staying corrected, like I said, it was swirling, so now the wind's kind of shifted to still pretty light, but a little bit of a tailwind. Up next, I'm gonna throw this lightweight, the new plastic blend, against my really beat in 6 run Sublime, and then the first run Eternal and the first run Apex. Here's the new blend lightweight plastic. Pretty straight, a little more turn there. Looks like similar distance. Okay. Here's my 6 run Sublime. This would be a good tell me a lot if I can get this on the right line, because that flight looks similar to this disc. Okay, take that back. That one's a little flippier. Might have put that on Annie, but ooh, it's been a good distance gauge. I love that disc. Okay, now for a fun treat. This is a first run Apex Alpha. Nose up, little turn. Looks like more distance. We'll see when we get out there. This one's pretty beat in. First run Eternal. Oh yeah. Woo. That's a fun disc. Okay, yeah, those were pretty similar, like I kind of expected. Next up, we'll throw the recycled. Okay, for the recycled one, I've got 2 last ones. 6 run Eternal Flex Alpha, and then the brand new 6 run Sublime. So pretty domey, similar feel. One of my favorites when it's unbeat. So like I said, I think this one flies like a beat in Alpha out of the box. We'll see compared to one that's maybe similar and maybe flies the same. Too low. Nice and straight, little fade at the end. Ooh, wish I'd put that one in the air. 6th run Eternal Flex. Ooh, beefier than I remember. Not a lot of glide either. Okay, I haven't thrown one of these brand new in a while, but this is a purple, pretty domey 6 run Sublime Alpha. Still pretty straight out of the box. I'm curious on the distances, because that 6th run Sublime Alpha might be the kind of perfect comparison for that recycled mystery box disc. I'm going to go grab those, and we'll throw them probably one more time each on kind of really just trying to hit clean distance-ish shots, and we'll see kind of how far they fly compared to each other. Funny enough, just after those throws, the kind of farthest ones all around the 315, 320 mark. Both my first run, the Eternal and the Apex Alpha, and then both the 6 run Sublime, the new and the one in my bag. So we're going to throw them all one more time, and I'm going to try and dial up the power without completely butchering my already pretty suspect form. But we'll see how it goes. Just try and get these, see really how far they go, so I can compare the distance between the new mystery boxes and these alphas. I'm going to throw 4 alphas and then the 3 mystery boxes, and then 4 more alphas to kind of keep the fairness of my arm soreness versus kind of warming up for getting back in the form. So first up, I've got the new 6th run Sublime Alpha. And I threw it straight to the ground, right at the table. Well, it's probably not going to be a contender. 6 run Sublime Alpha from my bag. Got some good spin on that. Probably nose up though. Next, first run Apex. A little bit of Annie, a little bit flippier for that first run, but again, nose up. Like I said, when I try and dial up the power, sometimes get worse. Fancy that. Here's the first run Eternal Alpha. Probably definitely the one with the most turn. Okay, now let's get these mystery boxes First up, lightweight, new baseline-ish plastic. Kind of slipped out of my hand, but still a decent release. See that easy turn and then reliable fade. This is the recycled mystery box. Put it on max distance anti-line again. The video will really tell, but I can't tell if I'm releasing that on anti, which I think, or it is significantly more flippy. Okay, this is the Eternal Metal Flake mystery box. I kind of like that one. It's definitely more stable, but I stay in my bag for some of the stable alpha slots. Speaking of stable alpha slots, let's throw this third run Nocturnal Alpha. Okay, a little straighter that time, which is good. That's what I remember it being. It means the earlier throw was kind of a fluke. Okay, straight to stable, fifth run Eternal Alpha. Hold it. Okay, like I expected. Now we got the third run Eternal Alpha. Oh man. Pretty beefy. Okay, and this is the sixth run Eternal Flex Alpha. Give some Annie, and boom, a lot of fade. Okay, I'm gonna go measure those distances, and then probably come back and give some final thoughts before I completely get rid of my arm. Run out and see which ones went the furthest. They're all pretty close, but the short one, which was chalked up to the first throw of the batch, is the sixth run Sublime, the brand new one, at about 260. The new mystery box Eternal Metal Flake, also fairly short, pretty stable one. Yep, 280. Let's see, who were the winners? Oh, we actually got 3 over here, 4 at similar distances. All the ones really just got good form in. Okay, this one's tied for the third longest. Right at 300. That's the 6 run Sublime from my bag, which it tied with the recycled box one. And then actually, I think I got this one. Pretty smooth, flat shot. Edging out by like the third run Nocturnal Alpha at just about 310. When picked all these up from the field. Yeah. Let's clean these off a bit. Sort them out. I'll try and give some quick summary of thoughts. Okay. Kind of already knew this from my alphas based on just kind of throwing them, but kind of the flippiest, straightest, whatever you want to call it, depending on what kind of wind you're throwing in. We're certainly the 2 first runs, the first run Eternal, first run Apex, and the 6 run Sublime's been in my bag for a while. So those were kind of as expected. The kind of straight to reliable fade ones, maybe a little bit of turn. This brand new 6 run Sublime, this slightly beat in 5th run Eternal, and then the new 3rd run Nocturnal. And then these ones were kind of consistently the most stable, mostly because they kind of have the most dome. That 3rd run Eternal, and then 6th run Flex Eternal. Both of these have pretty similar hand feel to the new mystery box discs. And speaking of the mystery box discs, kind of the same things from my first impression. Got a little more distance, felt a little better on the form to further confirm it, but this recycled one is really nice. Probably the closest to an alpha, at least to like one of the more straighter alphas. So you can get some turn on it. I feel like I threw it on anti lines a lot, but it got that really big distance. Also feels amazing in the hand. This second run of recycled plastic, or not second run, but they did the recycled idols. Those were pretty stiff. This is a more gummy recycled, so I really like how it turned out with these new mystery box discs. And then this kind of baseline lightweight plastic. Kind of surprised. Granted, throwing in a field, so it'd be interesting to kind of throw this in some trees and stuff and see how it withstands. But I imagine this will continue to be the kind of flippy, straightest one. So if you really have a beat-in alpha or something like that, that's probably going to be this. If you like this hand feel, or you like the lightweight plastic or lightweight, and then again, this one might be a good forehand disc or like kind of take the slot of like a stable alpha. This is the Metal Flake Mystery Box Eternal. This one's not super see-through, so maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It kind of still held straight, but then a lot of reliable fade. So even in some of the headwind shots, kind of flipped it up, not flipped it up, but kind of held it straight, but then wanted to get back the most left. Also some of the less glide, probably because of kind of the shape of this. But anyways, we'll probably continue to throw these when I'm playing rounds and on courses to see if they take a slot in my bag from the alpha, but I was kind of impressed that they were very similar flights between different runs, and similar distances. It's still up in the air. I think it is probably a 9-speed, if the alpha's an 8-speed. I'm trying to look at a few of these. I don't have my calipers with me, but some of these alphas, they look pretty similar. Some of them, I mean, not to go full MVP, but it's like an 8.5. Wish I had a true 9-speed from Mint to kind of really compare, but I'd guess, at least on average, I'll say the recycled. I think it's the kind of standard what this mystery box will be. I'd say an 8.5 or 9-speed, maybe a little more glide, at least on this one, like 5 glide. Definitely at least a -1, and then depending on which kind of plastic you get, anywhere from like a 2 to a 3 fade. So that's the new mystery box from Mint Discs, and comparing it to a selection of some of the alphas, some of the older runs, and the more recent runs. So thanks for watching. If you've gotten a chance to throw this mystery box, let me know how you think it flies in the comments below, and we'll kind of go back and forth to see what other people say. So thanks again for watching. Shout out to Mint. Shout out to Loot. I got that. Yeah. Shout out to Loot. Yeah, I'm going to go edit this and try and enjoy the rest of this nice weather.